No way, Jared. If she was just your girlfriend, I would definitely say after that, man, you need to put a ring on it. But she was already the wife. That's the highest promotion she could have achieved. But that's awesome. She's a keeper. She bought you a kink switch, man. That is sick. You're gonna love it. That's so exciting. Hey, okay, so Richard is a 34-year-old guy. He's getting back into BMX and he's running a cassette, but he's thinking about a Freecoaster. Any cons? He wants the Planetary. So, Richard, this is really good. First of all, any of you guys in the chat who have experience with Freecoasters and are over 30, chime in here and let Richard know what you think, what your personal thoughts are on this situation, because I love Freecoasters. I love the idea of going backwards without pedaling. I think that's amazing. It opens up the door for a lot of tricks, half cab tricks, things like that. I cannot stand the slack. And what I mean by slack, Richard, is when a normal Freecoaster, when you pedal forward, it's got slack. And while that slack is happening, you're pedaling, but the wheel's not actually moving. So sometimes you'll pedal really hard and your knee will hit the stem. Now you'll get used to it. But when you're doing that pedaling and cranking in the slack, you're turning out the clutch, which is allowing the cassette to engage. But I can't stand that because I just like to have that instant engagement. Manual 180s, I like to crank a little bit on the 180, things like that. And I can't really get used to that. I don't like it. But the Planetary doesn't have the slack. So that's something that you're bypassing. And I would run a Planetary way before a Freecoaster. So con wise, the only con I can think of is that as soon as you start rolling backwards on a Planetary, like as soon as that thing starts moving backwards, you don't really have pedal pressure. So let's say you go a tire tap, most people alley-oop a little bit, pedal pressure, and then drop back in. If you're on a Planetary Freecoaster, you go to tire tap and that wheel moves just a little bit that way, you're not going to have any pedal pressure to save it. Same thing with a half cab, you're rolling backwards, you can't pedal pressure to half cab. So there's a handful of different things there that you won't get, but I don't think there's too many cons, especially with a Planetary. So just that channel says Freecoasters require more maintenance and cost a lot more. That's a really good point, especially like the clutch V2. But again, if you're getting the Planetary, from what I understand, there's not that much maintenance with the Planetary system because it's a fine like gear system almost that catches. And then when the slack's off, it's just like this, where a clutch, you've got to grease it and you've got the balls that hold is it the clutch? I don't know. Anyway, I don't think there's that much, but I could be wrong. Could be totally wrong.